When I answer the question paper, IGCSE Music, the listening paper, it's very important that I understand and know all the rudiments and the words, that I understand what they ask me to answer. Now, if you go to your IGCSE Cambridge syllabus, you will see the next facts. Unprepared listening. Make sure that you know the terminology in order to answer the IGCSE paper. Now, the first things, the rudiments, we have to know about the dynamics. Now, dynamics, volume of sound, loud, soft, louder, softer. And I've included words that you need to know. Now, this marking will be bigger in your examination paper, and that is the sign for crescendo or getting louder. The other one, diminuendo or decrescendo, getting quieter, getting softer. Pianissimo, very quiet. Piano, quiet. Mezzo piano, fairly quiet. Mezzo forte, fairly loud. Forte, loud. Fortissimo, very loud. Sforzando, if you have a sudden accent, it's sforzando. And there, you have an accent on a note. And you will see that that accent is marked near the note head. Tempo is the speed of a piece. So if you have to maybe write down an Italian word for the tempo, this is very important, that you know the words for fast, slow, going faster, going slower. So here I have included a few words for you. Largo, if it's very slow and broad. Andante, fairly slow at a walking pace. Moderato, at a moderate speed. Allegro, for fast. Vivace, for lively. Presto, if it's very fast. If I go faster, accelerando. And if I go slower, rallentando or ritardando. Can also be ritenuto if I go immediately slower. Quite close to the end of a piece, it can be allargando when I go slower and louder. Broadening, I go louder as well. Rubato, so you steal time. Some passages you play faster and some passages you play slower. And that is to freely express my music. Rubato, I found that mainly in the Romantic era. Now we're also going to look at ornaments. This year we have the Mozart piano concerto that I do with my class, and we have trills in the piano part. I play the main note and then I play the note on top alternatively. So play the main note and the note above, and I do that quite fast. Then I have a mordent. You see the mordent there? I play the written note, a note above, and then the written note again. The moment that I have a line through that sign, it is a lower mordent. So I play the note, I go to the lower note, and I go to the note that's written out again. Now a turn is that sign there. I play the note above. You see the C there, so I play the D, then the C note that's written out, then the B, the note below the written out note, and then the C again. Accaciatura is that one there, and you will see it's got a little line through that embellished small little note. So I crush the note, I get as fast as possible to my main note. Appoggiatura, it's a lean note, it leans on the main note and it takes half the value. So those two notes will be a quaver and a quaver. So the appoggiatura is the grace note. And then I have articulation signs also in this video. Staccato, tenuto, a tie, slur, marcato, fermata. So let's see here. Legato we know is if I play everything smoothly linked together and I've got a phrase mark showing that. Staccato is detached, so every note should be played short and sharp, and I will have that vertical stroke or a dot below or above the note head. Now let's see the articulation. Legato, notes should be played smoothly. Staccato, notes are shortened. Tenuto is to play the note for its full duration. You will see the sign just now. Sforzando is if I give accent to a specific note. Marcato is a type of accent associated with string playing. Okay, now let's see the marks there. There's the accent, and the note should be played with a certain force. Tenuto is at the note head. I keep the note on for its full duration, and it's got a little bit of an accent. Sforzando, the note must get sudden emphasis to bring out the musical phrase. Out of the musical phrase, so it's louder than the rest of the notes. Martellato or marcato, as I said, this is for a string player. It's mainly for both string instruments. The bow is placed on the strings and released in an explosive fashion. It's also used in piano and vocal music to indicate a sharp and short accent. Now there we have for the flute, double tonguing or triple tonguing, a technique commonly used by woodwind and brass players. The notes are tongued quickly in groups of 2 or 3 to produce rapid articulation. I can also have that on the xylophones, the marimba, African music, where I play notes very fast. Okay. Same note that I repeat very fast. Now that flatterzunge, FLZ that you see there, that is for a flute or a recorder. The player quickly tongues with a rolled R sound. And there we see an example, opening of the final act of the Nutcracker Suite. Tchaikovsky uses flutter-tongued flutes to represent the cascading river of rose oil as Clara and the Nutcracker are welcomed into the kingdom. So that is all the articulation things that I can have. There I have symbols for you. You see the dot placed quite close to the note head for staccato. So that's short, detached. The accent, so I put an accent emphasis on that note. Tenuto, that little stripe line there, hold the note for its full duration. Fermata, or we can also say posa lunga, I hold the note longer than its full length. Okay. Now in this concerto that we did this year, we also see that this sign can also be used when a cadenza will be performed and the cadenza is not written out. And then usually I get, or in my Mozart concerto that we did, we see a trill, and then the rest of the orchestra knows that the cadenza is done and they will start playing again. Now there I also have a nice legato slur for you, and I know that everything must be played smoothly and connected. Now the clefs that you need to know for IGCSE, the treble clef, the bass clef, and the alto clef. Now in your prescribed work, you will also be asked to write something that is in the alto clef over to the treble clef or the bass clef. And I know with my alto clef that middle C starts there on that third line. Now the key signatures, I've made a whole video of the 4 sharps and 4 flats. and how to explain how to get to the minor keys. It's very important that don't lose marks because you can't work out your key signature. And I know that if it's a minor, I will have a raised flat or a sharp that will be added because of the raised seventh. So make sure that you do not lose marks because you don't know the difference between C major and A minor, for instance. The time signature, you have the key signature first and then the time signature. I also explained that in a previous video. The time signature indicates the meter, how many beats in a bar. 3, 4, 4, 4, 6, 8. Intervals, it's very important that you know the intervals. That's another 2 marks that you cannot lose marks on. Major, minor, perfect. Go through all your intervals. Understand that. Melody and rhythm. They usually ask to explain or to describe the accompaniment. And then you have to say something like a descending or an ascending scale or an arpeggio. So understand the whole thing of melody and rhythm there, that a scale is a major or a minor. It can also be a natural harmonic, melodic, flat and third. Chromatic scale, know the chromatic scale, the whole tone scale that I found in impressionistic music. Pentatonic scale, also in impressionistic music and in world musics, and modes, also used in impressionistic music. Melodic movement, that's what they usually ask. Ascending or descending, stepwise. Notes next to each other to form a scale, or leapwise, notes that have an interval of a third or more. That makes your arpeggio. The phrasing, the groups of notes together. The phrasing can be regular, for instance, the music that I found in the Baroque, classical and romantic, or irregular, some of your 20th century pieces. Call and response, where I can, in African music, have a drummer first, and then the rest of the group will answer, or the same with a solo singer answered by a group. Now the meter, duple meter, if it's 2/4, simple duple meter, 6/8, compound duple meter. Simple triple, 3/4, compound, triple is 9/8. And then in 20th century music, irregular meter, 5/8, 5/4, 7/8, 7/4. I found that a lot in, for instance, in the genre of minimalistic music. Syncopation. In your world music, you find that a lot. Also in jazz, the notes are played off beat. We have swing rhythm in jazz, for instance, where the notes are changed, that you have a feeling of triplets. Polyrhythm. Find that in African music, where I have 2 or more contrasting rhythms play together. Also that feeling of the hemiola. Now next time I will discuss harmony. And I want you to really work through this video in order to understand what they ask you. If they, for instance, ask you the articulation of the piece of music that you listen to, and you have to answer legato or staccato. Enjoy studying this, and I will make the next video quite soon.